Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom for this upcoming week of October 16th through October 22nd, 2022. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 international bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-in, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. Now I'd like to welcome back my loyal subscribers, my followers. It's lovely to be in your energies once more. Thank you so much for liking and sharing and subscribing to the Claire Candy Hoff YouTube channel. And for those who are new to the channel, let me share a little bit about myself through my full-time business, Angel Healing House, which I created way back in 2003, almost 20 years ago. I'm a Reiki master teacher, having taught hundreds and hundreds of Reiki practitioners and master teachers around the world. I am a clairvoyant, intuitive, psychic tarot card reader. I do past life clearings, ancestral healings, and I also offer those extraordinary, remarkable, restorative Reiki healing sessions, either here in my beautiful office in Santa Monica, California, in person, or one can have it through distant healing online. Now, speaking of my award-winning novel or novels, I have another Amazon #1 international bestseller, and that's the prequel to I Am an Angelic Walk-in, and that one's called One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness. And this reader left me this beautiful review. This enlightened story reveals what happens in the afterlife and what happens between incarnations. From the beginning to the end, this delightful book will captivate you, and you won't be able to put it down. Claire Candy's skillful writing makes you feel like you are part of the story. You are right there with her experiences during her past lives. Her words jump off the page and into your soul. It was enriching to watch her unfold her spiritual truth. This is a fascinating story she shares from her heart and with love. I highly recommend this insightful book. And that comes from Nicole in California. If you're interested in booking any of my services, please do go to Angel Healing House website, which is angelhealinghouse.com, or you can phone 831-277-3716, and do remember that's Pacific Standard Time, as we are in beautiful Santa Monica, California. So I'd also like to send out a big thank you to all those who have made donations to my PayPal account for my free weekly content. And if you would like to make a donation, I have left my PayPal link in the description box down below, along with all my contact details. So here on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, we do look at tarot cards, we do look at runes, and we do look at oracle cards sometimes. But before we get to any of that, we look into the celestial heavens to see what astrological and planetary energies will be affecting all of us. The big news this week is that Pluto came out of retrograde. Pluto is the planet of rebirth and transformation. It's turned direct, and that means what was hidden or stopped from being rebirthed will be moving forward now. And the posse of angels and I are hearing a massive hallelujah from many people as they have felt held back in some way. Pluto is a very important planet, especially when it goes retrograde, because it teaches us very important lessons, but now it is moving forward. In a few days' time, the sun will make its annual alignment with the planet Arcturus, and we will be entering the Arcturus Gateway from October 16th, tomorrow, through to October 18th or 19th. Now, Arcturus is one of the brightest stars in the heavens, and it's often associated with abundance. We get to receive and be showered with its amazing energies. Because of its brightness, it was said to have helped many to set a course in the sky when navigating across the oceans. And with the way it will brighten many in the consciousness with wealth and prosperity, these riches will help us to navigate our lives, as the extra finances will open up more possibilities for us. It's a very lucky star, emitting, as I said, the frequency of prosperity, and it brings forth a time when our hard work, our diligence, and determination will be rewarded. This energy, like that of the Arcturian race, is light and joyful, and it encourages us to be conscious of staying in our joy, especially by creating. With all of this happening, and several retrograde planets like Pluto, Saturn, and Mercury turning direct, and the incoming eclipses, which will be happening at the end of October, October will be ripe for powerful, massive change to happen, not only for us individually, but as a conscious collective here on planet Earth. But wait, there is more. Uranus and Saturn are square, and this always brings in unexpected big changes. But with the massive amount of light that is now pouring onto the planet, this time those changes will be positive ones. Now, in the past year, there have been many in the collective who have become awakened to realizing the massive extent of how much we have been betrayed and lied to in almost every aspect of our lives. When some have realized the massive extent of betrayal, many have gone through similar to the 5 stages of grief, which are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Now, having raged and railed against the lies and corruption, many now find themselves no longer triggered and bitter, but they find themselves at a place of acceptance that this happened, but it does not have to determine who we are and what our next choices will be. We actually find ourselves at a place of peace. Now, I equate this with the energy that one carries after they have been through a war, and believe me, we have been through a spiritual war here on planet Earth. And while this energy of going through this experience does not define a person, they are forever changed by it on some level. Now, once we've gone through those 5 stages of grief, and we do arrive at a place of peace and acceptance, I always thought that there should have been a 6th stage after that acceptance, which is to rebuild by creating. With the shifting of consciousness, many are now realizing that it is up to no authorities or no systems or corporations or anything outside of ourselves, but it's up to each one of us to create the kind of world that we wish to inhabit, knowing that we are powerful, sovereign, multidimensional beings with divine, eternal natures. We begin to guide our lives, creating and doing what we love. And the posse of angels, my angelic family, and I want to remind everyone that doing what you love can be anything. I have clients using their spiritual knowledge to foster and rescue dogs. I have others who work with horses. Others use their innate gifts to invent ways to clean up the environment, the land, the sea, and the air. Others contribute by painting and composing music, working with children. The list is absolutely endless as your imagination and what you love doing. Everything that we do in the higher dimensions is motivated by our joy, our passion, and our excitability in creating. Now, personally, I do this through writing books, writing my radio programs, and I'm finishing up a monumental project of creating my own tarot deck and the 250-page book that will be sold with it. Yes, I still see clients for healing sessions and past life clearing and those Reiki sessions, as I have done for the past 20 years. But my abundance and prosperity comes through my joy of creating, which is the key, as I said, to life in the higher dimensions. Now, here they come. The posse of angels is reminding all of us that each of us is a divine work of art. And as such, there are many who will use this new phase we're going into to practice art, music, sing, dance, draw, paint, sculpt, write poems, write stories to share. And our impetus is not to make money. Although when we feel so joyful and passionately abundant while creating, then money has a funny way of being drawn to us and finds us in limitless ways. They are sharing that we create not for others, but to find out what is inside of us and makes our spirits and makes our soul grow. You know, I remember years ago when Pete and I lived in beautiful Santa Barbara, California. There were several raging fires at that time that were coming close to engulfing the town, and many areas were under evacuation. A client of mine who is an artist, she had very large paintings in her home. She had no way to transport her large canvases with such little notice to evacuate. Looking around at endless hours of work, she told me that a sense of peace and calm came over her. She grabbed her blank, rolled up canvases and her art supplies, and she fled, leaving her paintings behind. It was in that moment that she understood that her gift was in the very act of channeling and creating these works, and not what happened to them afterwards. She shared with me that with canvases and brushes, she could go on to create more, and that was life for her. This artist understood that the reward is not in selling her art, but it's in the creation of it, because it is a gift that God has given to her, and she is giving it to herself by nurturing it. Now, having gone through those 5 stages of grief, clearing us to see almost everything about our former way of living on this planet being dismantled, well, the posse of angels is sharing that it's time for each and every one of us to rebuild. And we do this by creating and doing what we love doing. Now, fortunately, this is something that we don't even have to figure out, and as it is something that's already been seeded in our hearts to bring forth, regardless of certification or money or fame or recognition. Now, at this time of creation and rebuilding, many may find that they have a change in their perceptions and attitudes, that anything and everything now is possible. It could be a change in a desire, a change in a dream that you wish to fulfill, that previously, well, you may have not even dared to think that it was possible. Maybe you're feeling this great urge inside of you to create something new. These internal feelings about change are perfectly timed, because the world has shifted and awakened so much that many in the world are now in alignment with our messages, and they are now able to recognize, to support, and embrace our creative efforts. The posse of angels wishes for each of us to remember that when we're making movement to creating something that we love, something that excites us, we cannot make a mistake. Cultivate what you love. wish to create, and by taking inspired, passionate, excited, joyful action towards it, you will be amazed at what comes back to you, and how much your outer world will start to change at this time. And when I went to my Brian Froude's fairy cards for additional messages, the first card that leapt out of the deck, and it surprised me, was the card, Gotcha! And Gotcha speaks about sudden, surprising, unexpected events that break down existing structures in order to bring about breakthroughs in our lives. Now, this brings us a feeling that our lives, our projects, our very sense of freedom are now all liberated. As we mentioned before, this is most probably something that will get you, that presents something out of the blue that will fulfill our heart-filled wishes. Now, the caution here is for us to be observant, to not be attached to any expectations, to be open in the present moment, to see it when it manifests itself, and to take inspired action towards it, to unfold the magic, the miracles, the synchronicities, and rewards that it will come with. So allow yourself to be gotcha'd. I love this. Sudden changes and unexpected out of the blue things that will pop up now. Of course, with Mercury moving forward, and all of that movement when it comes to pertinent information for us. And I laughed when the second card from Brian Froude's fairy card came out, which is the Sage card. And its words are wisdom and hidden knowledge. Now, having weathered many storms over many years, the Conscious Collective have grown in spiritual wisdom and can now see the world with fresh eyes. Now, there are many in the collective who have retreated and immersed themselves in their inner world of contemplation over the past many years and now have a connection with spirit. And having done so, we know what's important in life. And having cultivated detachment for a rather insane world, we can now be in the world and not of it. And having done the inner work, can now go forth and share our learning with others. And we do this in order to rebuild a new, more sane world. And while the sage has earned his or her great wisdom, he or she does not stand in judgment of anyone, but instead offers mercy and understanding to help others not live their to live their lives also in ease and in grace. Now, the posse of angels is reminding us that while the sage in all of us is very knowledgeable, he or she is always open to learning. Because you know what, everyone, no matter how much wisdom we acquire, when we are on the spiritual path, we are always at the beginning because there's so much to learn. So many of us will be stepping into those sage roles as leaders on planet Earth to lead others back to their divine eternal natures, and for them to be able to go through those 5 stages we spoke about and come home to themselves, come home to a place of acceptance and peace. And it is at that stage where they can go to the 6th stage, which is creation and rebuilding. So isn't that wonderful? Next, I went to my runes, and these runes came out. This one is the rune called Laguz. And I heard laughter, and the posse of angels showed me a vision of them riding a flume of water at a water theme park. And of course, the rune Laguz comes in with the message of flow. At this time of forward motion, it has unleashed unseen powers that will nourish and shape. It will help us to connect to our dream fulfillment. Laguz brings in that which conducts. It encourages us to immerse ourselves in living life without trying to evaluate it or comprehend it. Just go with the flow. Laguz is a rune of deep knowing within. Like the previously drawn Sage card, it signals a time of deep transformation, a deep dive of being in the world and not attached to it. Laguz often celebrates that the human self is now aligned with the spirit self and that we have become the wonderful alchemists of our lives. And so we are now in the flow. Use that flow, going with the flow and surrendering anything else, and you will be amazed at what turns up in your life. And then the next rune that came in was this one, was the rune of the self. Now, I just mentioned this. When it celebrates, Laguz celebrates the human self is now aligned with the spirit self. And the second rune is, of course, Manas, and it's the rune of the self. Having come home to our higher selves, we strive to live an ordinary life, well, in a non-ordinary way, in a more authentic way. This is because we have come full circle and now have a willingness and a clarity to serve in some capacity with our newly acquired wisdom. Going forward now, emboldened by our courage to be our sage selves, we remain receptive to co-create with God and the angels for the greatest good of ourselves and the greatest good of all concerned. And really, what could be more divine than that? So thank you to my runes. Thank you to Brian Froud's cards. Let's go to my tarot deck and see what comes in. I am using my Angel Healing House tarot cards. And yes, that's me on the back. That's the logo for my company, Angel Healing House, where we publish all my wonderful books and my CD and the audio books. My husband and I produced the audio books, which are available on Audible to purchase and download for two of my #1 Amazon International best-selling books. And there's just so many arms to Angel Healing House publishing and radio shows and all kinds of things that I do. I'm so blessed. So, wakey cards. I hope everybody is well, enjoying this beautiful time as here in the Northern Hemisphere as we go more into autumn. It's already mid-October. Some people have already started counting days till Christmas. And of course, those that are celebrating All Souls Day on Halloween. So let's have one more shuffle and cut the cards. And 1, 2, 3, and see. Put them together and see. See what comes in. Okay. First card is the Empress. This is the card of creation. What have I been speaking about? This is the card of rebuilding. It's the card of birthing something new. Now, yes, if you have had a healing practice, if your one-on-one clients have diminished, if you're wondering what to do next, you will utilize the skills and all of the experiences that you acquired. But now you're going to be serving in a new way and building and creating something new. But we need to surrender what we have done up until now in order to be presented with something new to come in. And I love that the Empress is a number 3 card, because of course the number 3 is the card of creation and miracles happening. And see that raven coming in out of the blue very quickly. That's the unexpected coming in. So allow yourself the harvest time. And certainly now this is a harvest time, going through this Arcturus gateway from tomorrow until October 18th and the 19th, when Arcturus is often the sign of prosperity and wealth and abundance coming into us, and that harvest that recognizes our hard work and our diligence coming in, and our hard efforts, and being rewarded for that. So thank you for that. Second card, what's coming in? Let's see. The next is what's coming in towards us is the Legacy card. This is the 10 of Pentacles. I just spoke about abundance and prosperity, and this is the highest abundance card in the deck. It's also the Happy Family card. So the posse of angels are saying to me that it's kind of threefold. Yes, the abundance will come in for us, the more financial stability, but this is a legacy also that many of us will be leaving behind, rebuilding structures and systems that are more light-filled on the planet, to now replace those ones that were built on lies and greed and corruption. And also this is the Happy Family card, which is our soul family, which is now coming in to collaborate with and connect with. That's a wonderful. And it's also a 10, which is a 1, which is a new beginning of something. We have ended a cycle and we're going into a new beginning. So let's see what we need to focus on. We need to focus on the Lovers. Well, we need to focus on love, that's for sure. Love certainly does make the world go round, but this is also the choices that we now have. I had a caller call into my Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio show, now in its 11th year. And do remember that Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio is a weekly show, and it's on every Thursday on Blog Talk Radio at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this person called in and said he wanted to know his purpose. And I said, there isn't one purpose for each and every one of us. There are many things that may have been seeded in a person's soul. For instance, I love playing the piano. I love art, creating art. I most of all love writing books. So there's several things that when I'm doing it, I'm losing all track of time, and it feeds my soul, and it creates abundance inside of me so that I bring abundance in my outside world. But these are going to be divinely, karmically destined and fated to come in for us at this time. The 6 is the number of balance, of harmony, more joy, and this is choices that we're going to be bringing to ourselves, because in traditional tarot, the Lover's card was the choice card. So those who are seeking relationship, more committed relationships, if your heart is open and you are allowing yourself to receive, this certainly could be a possibility at this time. But that I love that this card has come in, especially after the Empress, of birthing something new for that legacy, for the planet, with our soul tribe connections and collaborations. And the Lover's card is that now we have a wealth of choices in front of us. Now let's see oh my gosh, what are we releasing, or what are we surrendering? We're surrendering to victory. That's what we are. We are no longer getting our cues from what we have to do from the outside world. We know that we are at the helm of the ship. We are steering this. We are manifesting and creating our own lives. And what comes in is the rewards and the victory. Now, this could come in through promotions at our work. It could come in with offers and opportunities for businesses. People that like what you do and want to align their products or their endeavors with you. But it is certainly a card. We've got 2 6s. We've got 3, 1, and 6 and 6. 2 6s, which are about bringing in more balance. And justice. 6 is also the card of balance and bringing in that truth and that justice for us. And we're just going to not feel like we're vindicated, but we're going to feel more like our authentic selves now. So that's card of recognition. And the final card that's coming out for us, the outcome, is another 6. And I know what some of you are thinking, that 666 is a deadly number, but it is not. It is not. It just means that we have a trifecta of balance, of joy, of harmony, and now a strong, balanced foundation in our lives when, because of our hard efforts, others, and because we're open to receiving, others will be giving to us with their support, with their encouragement. Could be through financial endowments, things like that, and also their perhaps people in authority, people in places that could, position that could help with our projects and things like that. So I love this beautiful reading with 3, 1, 6, 6, and 6. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much to my beautiful posse of angels. Let's finish off, as we do every week, with Colette Baron Reid's Postcards from Spirit. And this one popped out. Oh, isn't that sweet? Look on the back. It says, "You are love." Dearest you, we are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and your faith. What did I just say about... Hello? Where's the card? Where is that card, Spirit? There we go. Receiving rewards. We know how long it has taken you to reach some of your goals, and that you have had disappointments along the way. Right now, we suggest you take a deep breath and fill yourself up with gratitude and tune into the vibrations of well-being. Temporary conditions may be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality, but we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Change is the only constant, to be open for it. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself, certainly not in arriving at any destination. You are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? Feel into their love and care. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit, for those beautiful things. And the rewards are there. So, going to make some magic, making magic with my Making Magic cards. And let's choose 3, because 3 is the number of creation, and 3 is the number of miracles. Oh, 3 just came out. Okay, I'll take them. The first card is True Healing of the Body, the Mind, and the Soul, and this is the healing card. Remember that each and every one of us has the ability to heal from within. And the more that we put our focus on this, the more that we know this at the deepest core of ourselves, then our body, our mind, and our soul remembers how to heal itself, because it's a natural cleansing and clearing mechanism. And the more we foster it with clean, organic foods without artificial coloring, flavoring, preservatives, additives, and chemicals, and all of those toxins and poisons, as long as we're not having fluoridated water, as long as, we allow ourselves to have positive and clean thoughts, if you would, that revolve around love and compassion and forgiveness. If we focus on those things of love, then it allows the body's vibrational frequency to heal. And remember, each and every one of us is a work in progress, and we may need to go to a Reiki practitioner like myself in order to rebalance, recharge, and restore those energies within us. So there's healing that's going on there. One enchanted evening, the perfect night. So maybe you have an event coming up. I mean, there's many things that are happening. And the posse of angels wish us to know that going into this end of the year season, when there are lots of reunions, Thanksgiving's coming up, lots of people get together, they want us to be more vigilant. They want us to be more vigilant. Why did we go to this place? Why did we re-meet these people? And those of us that search for the enchantment, or those of us that look for the enchantment and the wonder and the magic and the miracles and synchronicities and serendipity of life, we have a funny way of seeing it. So our intention to see those enchanted things in our reality come from the intention inside of us to be able to see them. And the next one is achievement. Winning awards, accolades, or contracts. And, once again, this mirrors the Six of Wands card, which is promotions, achievements, recognitions, and rewards. So, and the Arcturus Gateway is about being showered with that prosperity and abundance because of all of that diligence, determination, and hard work that we have put out into the world. So I hope all of that's been really helpful for you. Remember, if you'd like to take advantage of any of my services, Reiki healing, no matter where you are in the world, past life clearings, ancestral healings, intuitive counseling, mentoring, and of course those remarkable revealing angel card readings, please do go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. And also that number is 831-277-3716 Pacific Standard Time. All that information is in the description box down below. I look forward to you tuning in to Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio, my weekly show, which is now in its 11th year, and that airs every Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And go out, everyone, and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. I'm wishing you love, and as always, angel blessings. And I look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.